What's also great about this card, right, is if you play this, it helps your Belcher and Oopsal spells matchups a lot, and then that opens up those deflecting palm sideboard slots too. So it's like not only with one sideboard slot do you make those matchups a lot better, but you also but you get two more sideboard slots, and now we can play Silence to help combat the Cascade decks while also being good against also being a good card against Belcher and Oops, right? Maybe you should have just been playing Silence the whole time, to be honest, but I'm pretty excited. I feel like this card does like really help the overall matchup spread. Yeah, equips to Javier for 0 mana too. And so like I think it shouldn't be like, obviously it's somewhat difficult, but it seems very doable to be able to mulligan to Stoneforge Mystic, and ideally Fervent Champion, where just Stoneforge plus 1 drop, right? Shout out makes your day. Well, awesome, Bober. Would you like to become a VIP for your awesome suggestion? Very creative. Up to you, of course. I was really impressed. Put an Exiled Saga. I'm gonna go ahead and slam this Blood Moon, I think. Hell yeah. Great suggestion. Oh no, we don't know what they're doing. Okay, my opponent showed basic Swamp Urza Saga. I think I'm gonna cut these Furies, and I'm bringing like 2 Wear Tears. Let's try this. Yeah, Rack is, I think, somewhat likely. Let's try this. Yeah, I think 8 Rack's most likely just because, like, that's the deck that's most likely to lead on basic swap. It could be, they also didn't reveal a companion, though, which is also 8 Rack if they play, like, Liliana, right? But I think I shouldn't go too crazy sideboarding. Maybe on the draw I'll play 3rd Wear Tear. Did I get in there? No, not quite. If this is the Rack, I don't want to mulligan too aggressively, but this hand, it does kind of stink. I think we'll probably go to... I probably should trim some Solitudes, too, maybe. This hand is fine, though. I guess I put back this Ranger-Captain. Yeah, we actually played Goblins again yesterday. I don't know if you watched. We trophied with Goblins again yesterday. Our last 2 trophies have both been with Goblins. Survival Rakdos Saga Rack build. Kind of. I think that Spider Space was working on a like red-black rock build with Luris Croxa. The mana could be a bit awkward in that deck. Let's go to Prismatic, I think. I feel like I want to play Sentinel over Ragavan here. I know it's kind of weird, but Sentinel is just like so insane, and Ragavan is pretty weak to like Smallpox or any removal spell here. Sorry, but to ask why the Boros list instead of Jeskai. Well, like, to be honest, this is gonna sound kind of weird, but I kind of feel like this card, Trepanation Blade, solves a lot of the problems that I was trying to solve by playing the Jeskai version over Boros. Titan's also like a pretty popular deck at the moment, I feel, and if that's the case, I'm like less inclined to play Spreading Seas over Blood Moon, but it's also true, like, a big part of the reason why I wanted to splash blue was like those Dovin's Vetoes in the sideboard to help the Belcher matchup, to help the Oopsal spells matchup. But Trepanation Blade just kills these decks, and it's like one sideboard slot that's like really clean. And then you get to keep the Blood Moons here for the Titan decks too, so I'm pretty excited by it. Okay, would love to find a land and Blood Moon them here. Let's go. It isn't a white land, but it cuts my opponent off of colored mana completely, and I still have the Ragavan going. Yeah, it was a suggestion on Twitter by, I guess, Twitch user, Borbor. Okay, they have a basic swamp. I think Tom, is she returning Urza Saga from your graveyard for 1 mana is too slow for modern? Yeah, it's like, this is like way worse than Red and 6. Yeah, let's see if we can get like their last spell out of their hands. It's too bad I don't have black mana from Urborg. Bantu's Last Reckoning. Can I explain why Trepanation Blade is a modern playable card? Yes, so again, Boros Stoneblade's like weakest matchup is Belcher. Belcher is a really, really hard matchup. It's also like somewhat common. Maybe falling out of favor a little bit, but it is a matchup I expect to play against from time to time. And Oops All Spells is also a somewhat common deck that can be scary. I guess I need a Liliana. And Trepanation Blade just kills those decks. If you equip a creature, they take like 45 and they mill out. Which is good. And it's just one sideboard slot. You can tutor for it, obviously, with Stoneforge Mystic. Equip it to Javier for 0 mana. Pretty excited by it. Okay, pretty close to casting that. Could cast a Turok. I kind of like casting Turok here because it's a creature I can sack to Smallpox and not Ragavan. It's horrible against Oops. No, it kills them. It kills Oops All Spells. It gives the creature +1/+0 for each card revealed this way, so even though they can Thassa's Oracle you, it still gives the creature like +45/+45, or +45/+0, which is gonna be lethal. Limit with the 7 months, appreciate you. Don't they mill over Narcomoeba and block? Oh no. Yes. Oh no. Alright, maybe the tech is not as good as we thought, huh? But it is also true, like the Oops All Spells matchup is way better than the Belcher matchup because you have the Rest in Peace, right? Yeah, if you have Sword of Fire Ice, it also works. So it might not actually work in that matchup. Still spicy though. Still wins sometimes too. And again, like the Oops All Spells matchup is definitely better than the Belcher matchup. How many days to break record? 7 days to break the record. It's also true that Menino Ne, do we even talk about this yet? Menino Ne got 3 trophies yesterday. Fuck. What is it? Okay, Rhinos is a tough matchup, and it's just like, this happens so many times that like, I'm on the play against Rhinos, I have my Ranger Captain, but they just have their Gemstone Caverns. And I can't Ranger Captain to stop a Rhino. I have the Silence in the board now, at least. Deep Bomb hedges against Burn too. Yeah, but Burn's already a pretty good matchup. In before it's Glimpse. Hope it's Glimpse. Glimpse has been pretty popular. How do I feel about just slamming Blood Moon here? Don't feel too bad about it. Tapping for white. To ice my Esper Sentinel, digging for 4s. Cooper, thank you for the red with the raid. Cooper the raid. Got a force? Nope. Alright, so no Shardless Agent, no Violent Outburst unless you draw your basic swamp. But they're not brave enough to draw their basic swamp, I think. Why pivot back from Boros to Jeskai? So again, we talked about this just a second ago, but the main reason is honestly like, a big part of the problem I was trying to solve with the Jeskai deck was the combo matchups, and we had a suggestion on Twitter last night to play Trepanation Blade in our sideboard, which can kill the Belcher opponents. It's not as good against the Oops All Spells opponents as I thought, because they can block with Narcomoeba. But it kills Belcher, it opens up the sideboard slots for a couple copies of Silence. And it's also true, like, I think Titan is pretty popular at the moment. You know, we lost against it yesterday, playing we're like 2-0, we lost to Titan. So I'm kind of interested in hedging against that matchup as well. Even if they build Narcomoeba, they died in the cards library next turn. They can, but it just depends on if they are able to Memory's Journey and put Thassa's Oracle on top of their library and pay 2 blue for Thassa's Oracle. So it can kill them, but it doesn't always kill them. Isn't it bad against Titan? Yeah, you don't board it in against Titan. But sorry. But Boros is better against Titan than Jeskai. I forgot to connect that dot, I guess. Let's guess this. Yeah, I guess I didn't connect that dot. But Boros is better against Titan than Jeskai because you have Blood Moon, which is like the best card in the format against Titan, compared to Jeskai, which has Spreading Seas instead, right? Yeah. With either Sword of Fire and Ice 2 or Rest in Peace, it does finish the job. So I can Solitude this. Keep getting in. What's the power situation? Fine for now. We should probably be fine overall. It's not going to get as cold as it did last time, and it's not going to stay cold for as long, so things look like it'll be okay. Am I going to play more Jeskai Phoenix? I'm not super inclined to play Phoenix at the moment because there's a ton of like Titan and Tron. But if Hammer Time starts to pick back up in popularity, that's when you'll see me dust the Phoenix deck off, I think. Could have Solitude your Sentinel, a Physical Stomp. Yeah. Probably is better. Makes them use the mana. It's probably better to do that, though. Cleansing Wild and Ashiok weren't good enough. Well, I mean, that's a lot of slots, but I wasn't playing either of those cards. But, yeah, we could have maybe had Ashiok on the board. But Blood Moon is better, for sure, also. Didn't want to run into a Force of Negation here. Should be fine, though. Okay, winning game 1 against Rhino is a big deal. And now we also have a couple of copies of Silence on the board, which will help the matchup some. Don't think it, like, solves it or anything, but definitely a help. I think I'm actually boarding out all the moons on the draw. I know that we got them pretty bad here, but you're not usually going to get them this badly, to be honest. I believe that Reconfigure does not work with Fervent Champion. Could be wrong. Is build playable without Monkey? You can play Giver of Runes over Monkey, and it'll be fine, but Ragavan is a lot better. But, like, the deck will still, like, be fine without it. Okay, this you just silence upkeep before she. No, you silence in response to the Cascade spell, and then when they Cascade, they can't cast the Crashing Footfalls. I think I keep this. Obviously, this hand doesn't have Ranger-Captain, doesn't have Silence, but it does have, Ragavan into Stoneforge Mystic, and, if they don't have... Okay, now it has Silence. But if they don't have, a plethora of removal, we're going to be pretty good. What do you think of the mill deck playing Bribery to Steal by Emrakul? I don't hate it. I don't hate the idea. I mean, I also have Solitude in the deck, but I usually board out some copies of Solitude, so I don't hate the idea. Perfect. Everything's just gone so well this match so far. I think I get Feast and Famine here. Been struggling with Rhinos on my Stoneblade list. Sound seems good against non-Rhinos decks. But against our Rhinos decks, been kind of lacking. Well, yeah, I mean, you mostly want Silence against, like, Cascade decks, but it's also fine against some other options like Belcher, right? Interesting. Think they take Forces out versus us? I would be pretty surprised if they did. I think I go for Feast and Famine here. Obviously by putting in have some interaction, but we do have the Silence up at least for Violent Outburst. What cyber cards would I recommend for Phoenix Believers against Titan and Tron? Well, that's the thing. It's like Wildfire is your best card against Tron, in my experience, where you're able to Kill, Ragavan, kill, sword. Okay. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Wildfire's your best card against Tron because you get to like keep casting it off with Dimulage, which is really strong. And then like Ashiok is your best option against Tron. Or sorry, against Titan. But like neither card is particularly good in the other matchups. Okay, let's go for Sword of Fire Ice this turn, I think. Land was obviously a good draw there. You can type exclamation point deck, Danielle, and you'll be able to see the list. They have a Force of Vigor? Guess not. Can you let the Cascade trigger resolve and silence the card is exiled? If you let the Cascade trigger resolve, the Footfalls is on the stack. You have to respond to the casting. Another one? Maybe we'll just hit them with Kaldra this turn. Then play second Stoneforge, or third Stoneforge. Is normal death and taxes death? Also taxes. I don't think that death and taxes has like ever been good in Modern, to be honest with you. I don't think it's good now either. Do you have a link to your Just Lotus Field list? You can find it either in the Stream Decker by typing exclamation point deck and digging, or you can look on Twitter too. It's kind of old. I haven't updated it in a little while. No, I haven't been playing Lotus Field lately. Not that I think it's necessarily bad, just been... I honestly got a little burned out on the deck and just kind of trying different stuff still. Okay, so they have to chump block with Foundation Breaker or they die. Assuming they don't have Force of Vigor green card as their last two cards. Miss Lethal? How did I miss Lethal? I'm gonna play Lutri to get to 72 trophies. I think we'll do one league of Lutri, but when we get to 72, but Benito, they got 3 trophies last night. Just like 2 more days like that, he's caught up, and I am not gonna just like, I'm not gonna be that marathon runner who's like celebrating at the end and gets passed by that person who doesn't, you know, let up. Solitude exile Foundation Breaker. They gain 2 life when you Solitude and exile the Foundation Breaker. They gain 2 life when you Solitude and exile the Foundation Breaker. So you can either let them chump block and stay at 2 life, or you can Solitude and just waste your Solitude. You're good, you're good. I wasn't, you weren't the one that said Miss Lethal Keck W. So we're on the draw against the Luris deck. I don't love this Kaldra in my opening hand. I don't love this Solitude either. The rest of the hand is fine. I like this hand a lot more on the play, but I think I'm gonna try it out. You're good, you're good, you're good. Just classic, you know, folly to be like super cocky and be wrong, you know. Which I also do all the time on stream, so it's hard for me to really call you out too much. Minidone, I believe, has all 65 trophies with Living End. Okay, playing against Rakdos, which I've found to be a pretty close matchup. Come on, Stoneforge Mystic. Okay, that's not too bad. Like, just getting a Sword of Fire Ice in play is really nice in this matchup because it just makes your top deck so insane. Voidwalker, no third land. Tech me down to just 19. No Delirium yet. Speaking of good top decks. They can, if they draw a land, if they have Kolaghan's Command, kill this, though. Just play another Voidwalker. Ooh. Guess we have to discard Vista, otherwise they get Kaldra or Solitude. Kind of a scary card. Is there a payoff off to Snow-Covered Mountains? We have Ragavan, so we can hit Ice Finger onto nice, right? Go, Javier, go! Carry me to the trophy record. Literally carrying us, bruv. Oh boy. All their removal is red, so I don't need to worry about my Fervent Champion dying. Let's get another Ragavan. Need a heavier emote. Yeah, I mean, that'd be cool. The problem with, like, these... We've done these a few times. I play a lot of a card, and then we get an emote for it, and then by the time the emote comes out, I'm not really playing the card as much anymore. So it happened a few times. I think I just attack first. I have tried Ephemerate in the deck. I only played, like, maybe 4 or 5 matches, but I didn't end up liking it very much. I found that I felt like it made your, like, creature matchups better, but your creature matchups are already pretty good, and it made your bad matchups worse, too. So I wasn't a big fan, but it was, you know, not unreasonable, either. You just main phase the Solitude, get the Sentinel out of here, or this Channeler out of here. Welcome back to Boros and not just Sky. I mean, both lists are fine. I feel like there's enough Titan that I want to be on Blood Moon over Spreading Seas, which is like going to be the main thing you want to ask yourself. Is Tron more popular, or Urza Saga decks more popular that maybe you want to be on Spreading Seas versus, because remember when it's Kolaghan's Command here, we're actually kind of in bad shape, right? Versus, yeah, fuck. I don't know. So they go escape Kroxa, I still get to ending, attack them down to 1. Okay, they don't have the untapped lands. They do have 2 cards in their hand. Sora, thank you for tier 1, appreciate ya. Obviously, if they can't kill my Ranger-Captain here, we're in good shape, but, you know, they are, you know, Rakdos. Yeah. Fuck. So next turn, they get to go escape Kroxa. I discard Kaldra, Prismatic Ending, put them down to 2. Oh yeah, they didn't Lurrus in hand. No, they didn't have mana. They couldn't heat plus Lurrus. It's because this was tapped. We also have the neat new sideboard Trepanation Blade, which kills Belcher, just kills him, and then also is good against Supersoul spells, which was like these deck. You know, Belcher was this deck's hardest matchup. Just draw a sword. Yeah, I mean, we're not in terrible shape. I don't know. I mean, if just a land lets him go Lurrus Bobble next turn. Yeah, we're not in good shape. Kind of an interesting draw. Do you have a speech prepared for Trophy 73? No. I'm not quite that full of myself. Not yet. Where does Circle Genius come from? It was a Twitter suggestion. It was like very, very good suggestion. Amazing tech, honestly. Do I find myself missing the palms? I mean, this is my first league with the deck. Whoa, they're heating. They're heating. Red alert. I can't believe it. I feel like I would have taken the 2 there instead of giving me 2 cards. I feel like giving me 2 cards there was not the line. Any bolts? No, no bolts in the deck. Yeah. Ugh, man. Okay, so we get to bring in the Forge-Tenders. I think I want the 3rd ending. Maybe not. I'm not sure. I think I want 1 or 2 Rest in Peace. I think overboarding on Rest in Peace can be a trap in this matchup. Definitely not 3. Guy World, 7 months, appreciate ya. Just like Rakdos can play through Rest in Peace a lot easier than other variants. I want to cut them all, trim the 3rd Blood Moon. I think I play 2 Solitude, 2 Fury. think 2 endings is probably good. Ending better than Solitudes? Maybe. I think it probably, yeah, actually. Yeah, Solitude's not that strong. Ginger and Tutors fell off the race. Tutors has been climbing lately. Tutors has been absolutely climbing lately. I believe that Ginger announced he was giving up, but yeah, Ginger also got a trophy 2 days ago at like 12:30 a.m., which is doesn't sound like giving up to me. Yeah, but Tutors has been climbing. Tutors got 2 trophies yesterday, I think. Yeah, Tutors did get 2 yesterday. Man, Menino, they got 3. I trimmed the 4th moon. Yeah, I know. I said when I said let's trim the 4th moon, and I moved it to the sideboard. I think you went 3 on the draw. Maybe you went 4 on the play, but I think you went 3 on the draw. Is Sanctifier Infect not impactful enough? Well, the thing is, like, these matchups are already favorable. Like, you're already favored in these matchups, and Rest in Peace is so much more important for Living End. And also Oopsal spells. Like, Sanctifier doesn't beat Oopsal spells. And it's just like, we actually lost, I think, to a Boros player playing Sanctifier instead. Or maybe we pulled that game out. But it's just like, Rest in Peace is better than Sanctifier and Vec of modern sideboards. I've been screaming this for weeks, and this is why Benito Ne has 65 trophies with Living End. It's because nobody plays Rest in Peace. You know, they just play Sanctifier instead. Cheers also playing Blue-White Boggles. That deck's not bad. They take Ending. Interesting over Sentinel. Not sure what their hand looks like. Interesting. So Rest in Peace does stop Voidwalker's ability. Although they will be able to Voidwalker my Prismatic, I guess, if they want to. Do I want to block Ragavan? I think I'll just attack. Yeah, I mean, you know they got 3 trophies yesterday. Or I got 3 trophies since the last stream. He actually got 1, like, an hour ago, actually. I don't know when he sleeps. Does Rest in Peace and Walker depend on timestamps? No, Rest in Peace just beats Voidwalker. All the cards are exiled with Rest in Peace instead of Voidwalker. Rest in Peace replacement still only subs Voidwalker in your turn. You are wrong. I hate to use the W word. You chat, you know I hate to use the W word. But you're wrong. Alright, now I think I need to be able to block a Ragavan. Although they could just Pirate Spellbomb, I guess. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know that's kind of a bit much, but sometimes you gotta rip off the Band-Aid. Is it Murktide being a Blood Moon against Black Red? 1 or 2. Probably not like a full 3 copies. I'm not going to be wrong, but I just brought this up in action. Specifically, I trust. Yeah. It's fine. I'm just teasing. Whenever I tell somebody that they're wrong, we have this pretty unfunny joke, to be honest. But yeah, your friend is incorrect. It's fine. I do think that gamers and people in general should have less of a culture of being upset about being wrong. You know what I mean? My opponent could have also got their swamp off Voidwalker by getting my Prismatic, but being wrong is okay. Yeah. I don't know why they took... This is the worst card to take, I think. Waiting for Aspiring Spike to become a formerly kind streamer. Well, that's never gonna happen, because I don't think I've ever been kind. But why is Rest in Peace better than Signifier? I feel very confident that I said this when I was going on my little rant, that Rest in Peace is... I must have glossed over it quickly. Rest in Peace is very good against Living Ends. It's obviously like one of the best sideboard cards you can have. Sanctifier and Vec is terrible against Living End. Rest in Peace is very good against Oopsal spells. Sanctifier is mediocre against Oopsal spells. Like they beat you with their Memory's Journey, Thassa's Oracle very easily. Those decks are both common. Those decks are both like big decks that you need graveyard hate for, obviously, right? Like these are definitely decks that you want your graveyard hate for. Oh boy, equipping onto the Fury, you're just dead. And I guess it's not really any deeper than that. 3060, huh? Good start to today. You're saying it is good. You're not saying why. What tech does Recipe's offer to Sanctifier doesn't? Are you kidding? This is better. What? What? I said I went on about how Recipes beats living in an Oopsal spells. This is either bait or a delayed comment. It must be bait. It must be bait. I'm getting so stun locked. I can't get stun locked this early into the stream. Odds I finish this league in under an hour. Not very high. Yeah, that's got to be bait. Okay. Like I said this the other day, I'm okay getting baited every once in a while if it means we can, have productive conversations the rest of the time. Absolutely not bait at all. Come on, you've got to be kidding me. Okay, so can you explain how this comment is not bait? How you can say all you're saying is it is good and not saying why? What did tech this rip offer to Signifier doesn't? Was that comment made in delay after I had explained why, or are you just what's going on? Was that just a delayed comment? Sean at the 6 months, Sim with the 3. Okay, playing against Hammer. Let's get up planes here. And then I think we get a sword. It's kind of close. I talked about why I dropped the blue splash. Yeah. I want to hedge Morgan's Titan, and then this new Sideboard tech Trepanation Blade helps the Belcher matchup a lot, at least in theory. So I feel like you don't need the tech as much, like the Dovin's Veto Sideboard cards as much. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna get in here. Obviously, if my opponent has, they have 3 cards in hand. If they have Sigarda's Aid, Hammer, or Paladin Hammer land as their 4 cards, good beats. But we can even take, a hit from a hammer without too much difficulty here. So them blocking with Stoneforge Mystic over Midnight likely means that they have a Paladin in their hand. Paladin confirmed. So taking a big chunk of damage. They didn't move the hammer over. I don't know why they wouldn't do that. I'm going to attack. And then I think we ending the hammer. Don't pay. And then we can put in Kaldra to block if they have another hammer. The Spellcaller unplayable now because Power Creeper all the Teferis. Spellcaller has kind of never been playable in Modern. I don't know. It's been, like, it's in Spirits, it's been good. But outside of Spirits, like, I have never liked Spellcaller. So, just rip that Band-Aid off too, I guess, while we're here. Okay, so they are going to get another hammer down. Have a care to consider one Shadow Spear. We've considered it. I think that Batterskull's better. I don't think you want 2 lifelink equipments. Dude, my opponent is just, like, allergic to, re-equipping their hammer post-combat. Now I get to kill their... Yeah, I actually get to kill their Paladin, right? Dino got Dark Souls 3 all bosses, no damage on second try. No way! No, what? I saw he was still doing the run today. Did he really? Why was he still doing the run today, or was it a different run today? I didn't tune in for very long. Wait, they chump blocked? Got a free for the bean today, huh? No, I agree that in Lurrus decks you should play a tutorable piece of Graveyard Hate for Saga before the first Rest in Peace. Gotta pay these actors more. I gotta pay them less. I'm dead anyways? No! I have 5 toughness to put in front of 12 power. Now I go to 1. I think I go to 1. Dead anyways is big tilts if I am. No, I'm dead. Oh, this is 12, not 13. Yeah, I go to 1. Yeah, I was dead if the mid-might attacked. Ah! Yeah, my opponent is playing fast and loose, huh? So the Kaldra beats this in combat. I can block the mid-might with the Ranger-Captain. Ugh, what a headache, though. Kaldra's Death Touch effectively. It exiles the creature. So it works a bit differently than Death Touch, but it's, you know, good enough. And First Strike, yeah. My opponent maybe is not gonna realize how this works. Actually, we'll see. Okay, there's not a there's not this paladin anymore, so this doesn't kill me. That Saga is pretty scary though. They do get another hammer. Maybe the last card's another Sigarda or paladin. I doubt that Besagio is going to get rid of Expand. I don't foresee it happening. Ragavan. Okay, so I can move the Sword of Fire Ice over to Kaldra. Attack. And then I can move the Kaldra over to Fervent Champion post-combat. And hopefully I will ever draw Solitude or Fury, you know. Moon to kill Saga. Maybe that was a better line. But this line's fine too. Then... Wait, it costs 4? Oh my gosh, I punted the match. Fuck, I thought it was 3 to equip. I don't know why I did. Now I'm just dead. Yeah, I'm a mana short. Then, yeah. Well, this is embarrassing, especially after all the trash talk, right? Yeah, Game of Throws, huh? Yeah, I really thought I could equip for 3 mana. I don't know why I did. Just making sure I'm not missing anything. Don't think so. I'll make my opponent go for the swing though. I'm definitely like representing Solitude here, right? Gingerbread doesn't have unblockable, can't be blocked by haste creatures, but Kaldra and this both have haste. Okay, I'm just gonna sell them on the Solitude. I mean, there's no way my opponent like shouldn't play around it here, of course, though. Yeah. That's on me, obviously. Huge punt there. Embarrassing. I think it's about how we want to sideboard. Got the Sentinels, 1 Moon for 3 Wear Tear, 1 Ending, and the Giant Killer. I was at the crane anyway. No, if I leave Kaldra back, it has first strike and exiles the creature on combat damage. So the Kaldra stops them from being able to attack. I should have just cast Blood Moon that turn. And I was actually just in pretty good shape. I think Temur Rec will do after New Seiju comes out. I'm not sure New Seiju is good in Temur Rec because you're still a deck that plays 4 Archmage's Charm, 4 Counterspell. It's also not really like doesn't feel like it advances the Reclamation game plan like almost at all. So it's my opinion that Boseiju is like the most overhyped card I've ever seen. It's crazy to me. Like the card is good because it has low opportunity cost. Like it will see play in Tron and Titan and Jund Saga. And it's not. I don't think it's gonna be like a wildly like divisive card either in those decks. It's fine. It's fine in Legacy too, especially because I don't know. It's just like the card is good, but people are acting like it's gonna be like this big format warping card, but it's not. It's just not. I think we just wait here. Will be more than $10. It's not a finance stream. I think my opponent's going to go for a hammer on the Ornithopter here, so I'm going to try to hold up the fuse. If they have second hammer, I can Solitude. Kerbros, give this up to Thunder. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, it definitely reminds me a lot of Assassin's Trophy too. Like the card is good. What's good about the card is that it has a low opportunity cost. It just doesn't cost you that much to put it in your deck. That's what's good about the card. Pretty sure you get Sophie here. But this is not going to be a format warping, in my opinion, or format defining card. It's just going to be fine. Yeah, people also like Boseiju is going to be the answer to Tron with Ren and 6, but it's like I think that Boseiju is going to be a net positive for, in my opinion, Boseiju is going to be a net positive for Tron. Where you're going to get to play it in the deck and blow up Blood Moons and Alpine Moons and tutor for it with Sylvan Scrying or, wow, what a draw. So they named Stoneforge Mystic also not Sword. But you can tutor for it with Sylvan Scrying Expedition map, which is obviously huge. Would it be better to strand the hammer since we have ending? I don't think so. Like, the Ornithopter just, like, doesn't do almost anything, right? Without, like, a Paladin in play. But the hammer is, like, obviously much more impactful. Opponent also forgetting about Luris. I've been asked about the new White Ooze equipment. That was actually my preview card. Yeah, we've talked about it. It's gonna be very good. You're gonna see them. It's gonna see play, I think, in every Stoneforge deck, either in the main or sideboard, probably depending on what the metagame looks like. Okay, going to game 3. Is White Ooze better than Boseiju? That's just apples to oranges, man. It's just like it doesn't really matter if one's necessarily better than the other. They're just you're comparing two like cards that make almost no sense to compare, in my opinion. Let's keep this. Yeah, Esther also made a nice PowerPoint showing off the card. Think Boseiju will make green black X better against Titan? I mean, yeah, but it's also going to be good in Titan. Interesting. Let's go for a Ragavan, I think, here. If I tried Menriki Gusari, I have in other decks in the past. Like, I feel like this matchup's pretty good because you're a Solitude, Fury, Prismatic Ending, Wear Tear deck already. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really feel that necessary to me. I had a heart attack for a second. I thought that they were putting it on the other creature. No! No! Fuck! Oh, sorry. Okay. I don't know why. I hovered over the core outfitter ability, and it highlighted the core outfitter. And for some reason, I thought that they hadn't chosen a target yet. I just, like, lost my mind. But obviously, that's just not what happened. But I'm just like, oh my gosh, they haven't chosen a target yet. I'm coming apart at the seams, chat. Read the log. I don't know. It's just like, obviously I did it correctly. I just freaked out for a second. You know what I mean? Anybody in chat ever just freak out for a second? You okay? Not really. You know what I mean? No. I think I get the sword because I've got the Fervent Champion. It's obviously as bad against another outfitter. Is anybody okay in the chat? I have a huge lead. I don't feel like I have a huge lead. Benino got 3 trophies yesterday. I would be surprised if Benino got less than 2 trophies today. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I've got a huge lead. I feel like I'm gonna have to do more than just break the record to win the race. I'm sure you can all understand the pressure there, where it's like I thought for a second that I made a match losing punt at 3-0. You know, it's just so tense. Ooh, but we didn't, and things are okay. So I didn't draw a white card. I can hardcast Solitude next turn. Do I move the sword over? I guess so. Moving sword over beats. Does it? I guess I think I can survive a hit with 2 hammers on a construct. Maybe not. So let's assume that they don't make a token so they can cast Paladin. Second hammer, 3/3, 23/23. Blocked. Okay, they're making a token. Which obviously this loses to land Paladin. They get Shadow Spear. Yeah, the Sideboard Emrakul is for the mill matchup. If we could just, like, not see a Paladin here. Oh, thank Clothis. I can't believe it. I don't know how I got that wish. Could chump block here. Probably better not to, because I could draw, like, Kaldra and stuff. And here I think we just go hardcast Fury. Kill this construct and we have Solitude up. You can let them block. You know they'll block. Why is blocking good for me here? Oh, so you want me to Solitude this construct in response? Is that good? I feel like I get the sword hit is something I value here, right? Yes, first strike. So yes, first strike then Solitude the other construct. That's fine. It's a fine line. Maybe it's better. I feel like this line is also fine too. I'm not 100% sure which is better, to be honest. Well, super lucky that they have this turn and not last turn. Although, am I lucky? Because it's like, if I exile this and they just have another hammer in their hand, we lose. Because I lose my Prismatic Ending. So maybe I'm supposed to double chump. This is going to be 14/14 minus 5, so I take 9. Down to 4. Yeah, I think I just take the hit. I agree. Solitude in combat? I mean, I could just take the hit. Fuck. I have to exile the Paladin here, right? If I exile the... Yeah, I think I have to exile the Paladin, because it's like... If I exile the Construct, they get to move all these over to the Paladin, then I don't get to hit them with the swords and dig for... Yeah, this like, exiling the Paladin gives me 3 outs to find an answer to this. Yeah, if we took the other line, I agree we'd probably win, because we get to keep the ending in hands. Obviously, it feels pretty bad. Sadly, I can't put the... I can't keep the Fury, can I? No, I die exactly. But if I move the sword over to the Fury, it's so much damage. Probably not lethal though, because I get to gain 15 still. No, I can't jump with on Stoneforge, I die. What a stressful game. Why double chump? I mean, I think I'd rather be at 3 and be able to use my fetch lands, right? Than like keep the Stoneforge Mystic in play, which I don't know what the Stoneforge Mystic's doing for me. Losing, I guess. Fuck. Yeah, they've got Trample. Should have just Prismatic Ending the Shadow Spear. Feels bad. Obviously, like, I played games 1 and 3. 1 and 3 not optimally. Yeah, the Solitude and Combat line was definitely better.